Welcome to the recap of NOYA's newsletter, the week of April 17, volume 46. Let's get right into it. So in order to get to this newsletter, you have to be a part of NOYA's Discord. And this is released out every Sunday for the week. All right, I have the newsletter up. Let's go through it really quickly before we get into the juice of what happened this week. All right, so in the newsletter you'll get important updates. Ari does the SPX, which is similar to SPY, and she does a thorough overview of what she expects for the week on SPX and QQQs and the Dow. So that's the thorough update on what she expects to happen at different levels. And then after that, each analyst, a part of the NOYA's team, add a ticker for that week. And if an analyst decides that they don't see nothing really good for them, they won't put it in there because we value people time, energy, and money. We're just not throwing anything in a newsletter. So this particular week, it was me, Gamma, and Ari that decided to do the newsletter. So this week is missing Cheryl and JC's take on the week. But nonetheless, the three of us provided good plays, so let's get into it. Ari put in LMT. She stated that LMT could push towards 444 if it broke the 458 or 450 or 465 level. The 465 level was a riskier level. So let's get into LMT. All right, LMT on the 18th broke that 465, which she stated was risky, right? So it broke it and it gave you a good $6 move, maybe a little bit more down on LMT. So that initial out the gate on Monday break was a sharp move, strong play. Could take profit, $6, I think $6 or more down is really good profits. Take it, and then guess what? It retests that breakdown area to see, because it's struggling here, as we can see, what it want to do again. Do it want to try to break out? And it did, but it failed again. So initially you can get back in here, or let it break, come back and try again, and then get in here. But most importantly, the levels held throughout the whole week, and guess what? The real play happened at 458, and that's where it ended up breaking and surpassing her 444 level, coming all the way down to 438. So it's safe to say that from 465 to 438, that's one hell of a move on LMT, and that's one hell of a banger provided by Ari in the newsletter play. Okay, the next play in the newsletter was MU, also provided by Ari. And Ari stated that if MU close underneath or break underneath 68.16, then it flushes to 63. Let's look at MU. MU never got to the 68 level, so guess what you can do? You can keep this on watch for next week. Even though she put it in this week, it never got to the level to test it to see. So you would carry this play with you because it's still a good play, right? So this play, sometimes we'll put things in the newsletter and 2 weeks later it's like did exactly what we said it did. It's crazy. So always kind of keep your plays listed on the bangers are there. You just got to be patient with them. So this one hasn't happened yet. So guess what? Write this one down, keep the level, and you never know. It could be the next play. Also, we provide a link to the charts that are provided for the ticker that is put in the newsletter. All right, next one we have is Gamma. Gamma is the newest analyst, master analyst added to the NOYA team, and he gave you more of a long-term play. First addition to the newsletter, SWN. He gave his thorough analysis on it. And just to sum it up, he was saying that if we broke 833, then most likely we can push higher, but ultimately he wanted that pullback to the 631, 599 level for it to go long. Let's see the SWN. SWN did break that level that he said, but he got his wish where it's pulling back. Right now is at 743. He ultimately wanted here for a buy-in to potentially go long and tap into the $13 area. So that's the long-term hold for him. So what you would do is just get your chart out, mark your levels on it, and set your alerts for that particular stock, SWN. Finally, we have me, Tracy. Little typo right here. I was focused on the healthcare sector. I felt like healthcare was ready to retest some of the levels because it was at the top of the broadening formation. I am a strat trader. That's the beauty about NOYA. We have multiple different types of traders. So it is beauty. And then when we all agree, then you know that's a banger. So I was looking at the strat patterns on the healthcare sector, and I agreed that healthcare could be put in a pullback. So I said healthcare sector looks ready for a reversal to retest the areas. Most of the XLV tickers are in reversal patterns. However, I particularly like PFE of all the sectors. And J&J had earnings this week, so I wanted people to be aware. The entry for PFE was 52.65. That would have been a 3-2 down with price targets 51.78 and 51.10. My price targets in my newsletters are very conservative just to make sure that greed doesn't take place and people always take profits and they can make decisions whether they want to stay in or not. So let's look at the PFE. PFE broke 52.65 and went down to my bottom of my broadening formation. Ultimately, if I was playing this play, I couldn't play it this week because funds wasn't settled. But if I was ultimately playing this play, yes, I would have took some profits at 51.10, which I noted in the newsletter. But I would have left a running to the bottom of my broadening formation. So that's why it's important to have broadening formations. But nonetheless, what a banger! What a banger out the gate. Even the sector XLV produced the same thoughts. Right at the top, I felt like on the 18th, we were in a reversal pattern. If we look at the weekly, from the top, I felt like we was in a 2-1-2 down. We triggered it at 137, and we came all the way. If you go down, we bounced here for a little bit, went back to retest this area, but ultimately we came down to that retest level that I stated that healthcare was going to do it. And then all the tickers kind of followed it, but PFE was the one that got my attention, that I felt like it was affordable, and it was a 3-2-2 down reversal pattern at the top of the broadening formation. What a banging play. So that concludes the newsletter for NOYA, and hopefully you guys take this newsletter a little bit more serious and not just want to look at alerts, because we take our time to pick the best tickers for you. So these are the best plays that you can really just make sure you have, so you never miss a week without making some money and not just sitting there waiting on an analyst to alert, because analysts have good days and analysts have bad days. But the good thing is we always provide a trade for the week. So everybody be blessed. Love you all, and look forward to tomorrow's newsletter, volume 47, and don't miss out on another banging play. Have a good one.